Most people clean reactively. Japan cleans preventatively, and the difference shows in every room. A natural two-ingredient formula that handles the majority of household cleaning without a single chemical spray in sight. A floor wiper so lightweight and effective, it makes dragging out a mop and bucket feel like unnecessary effort. And a vacuum attachment specifically designed for bedding that extracts what standard suction leaves behind entirely. These aren't niche products or complicated routines. They're cleaning ideas so practical and well thought out that adopting even a few of them immediately changes how clean your home actually is. Today we're counting down 15 Japanese cleaning ideas that make life better. Watch until the end because number 15, the Japanese cleaning caddy system, is the organizational habit that makes every other cleaning routine faster, easier, and far more likely to actually happen. Number 1. Baking soda and citric acid cleaning method. Most cleaning cupboards are full of different sprays for different surfaces. One for the bathroom, one for the kitchen, one for glass, one for limescale. Japan largely replaces all of them with two ingredients that cost almost nothing and handle the majority of household cleaning between them. Baking soda is mildly abrasive and alkaline, which makes it effective at scrubbing surfaces, neutralizing odors, and breaking down grease and organic residue. Citric acid is acidic, which makes it effective at dissolving limescale, mineral deposits, and soap scum. Together, they cover almost every cleaning task in the home. Baking soda for the sink, the stovetop, and the inside of the oven. Citric acid dissolved in water for the kettle, the shower head, the toilet bowl, and anywhere limescale builds up. Neither is toxic, neither leaves chemical residue on food surfaces, and both are available in large bags for a fraction of the cost of the branded sprays they replace. Number 2, Japanese scrubbing brush set. Most Western kitchens clean everything with one sponge. The same sponge that wipes the counter cleans the pan, scrubs the sink, and washes the dishes, regardless of whether its texture, stiffness, or size is appropriate for any of those jobs. Japan uses a dedicated brush for each task. A Japanese scrubbing brush set includes multiple brushes engineered for specific surfaces, a stiff bristled brush for pots and pans where abrasion is needed, a softer brush for delicate crockery and glassware, a narrow brush for cutlery and utensils, a flat brush for chopping boards, each one sized and shaped to clean its intended surface efficiently without damaging it or spreading residue from one surface to another. Brushes also outlast sponges significantly. They don't harbor bacteria in the same way a compressed sponge does. They dry faster between uses, and they don't develop the smell that a regularly used kitchen sponge produces within days. It's a more hygienic, more effective, and more economical system than a single multi-purpose sponge that's appropriate for nothing and used for everything. Number 3. Washing machine drum drying habit. A washing machine drum that stays sealed between cycles never fully dries. Residual moisture sits on the drum surface, inside the door seal, and across the detergent drawer, creating exactly the damp, dark environment where mold establishes itself and produces the musty smell that transfers directly onto clothing. Japan leaves the door open after every cycle without exception. It's a habit so simple it requires no products, no equipment, and no effort beyond remembering to do it once and then never needing to think about it again. The drum airs out completely between washes. Moisture evaporates, the seal dries. The detergent drawer gets left open too, allowing the compartment that holds the most residue to dry between uses. The result is a machine that doesn't develop mold on the interior surfaces, doesn't produce a musty smell that affects clean laundry, and doesn't require monthly drum cleaning treatments to stay functional. If you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of Japan's clever, everyday innovations. And if you love discovering things you didn't even know existed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Trust me, the next ones are even better. Number 4. Japanese toilet cleaning stamp. Keeping a toilet bowl clean between scrubs requires either cleaning it more frequently than most people do, or finding a way to make the cleaning happen passively without any effort at all. Japan chose the second option. A Japanese toilet cleaning stamp is a small gel disc pressed directly onto the inside of the toilet bowl rim. It stays in place through surface adhesion and releases a measured amount of cleaning and deodorizing agent with every single flush. The water picks up the formula as it passes over the disc and distributes it across the entire bowl surface automatically. Limescale, staining, and bacteria are inhibited continuously rather than addressed periodically. The bowl stays visibly cleaner between scrubs, odor is controlled passively, and the stamp lasts for several weeks before needing replacement. It doesn't replace a proper clean. It extends the time between them significantly by preventing the buildup that makes a proper clean necessary in the first place. Japan applies the same preventative logic to the toilet that it applies to everything else. Number 5. Copper sponge for cast iron. Cast iron pans are one of the most valuable tools in any kitchen and one of the most commonly damaged through incorrect cleaning. Steel wool removes the seasoning that makes cast iron non-stick and rust-resistant. Regular sponges can't shift the burnt-on residue that cast iron accumulates. Most people end up either damaging the pan or not cleaning it properly. Japan uses a copper wire scrubber specifically for this purpose. Copper is softer than steel but significantly more abrasive than a standard sponge. It removes burnt-on food and carbon residue from cast iron surfaces without scratching the seasoning layer underneath. Because copper doesn't have the hardness required to strip a properly built-up iron surface, the same scrubber works on carbon steel pans, woks, and stainless steel surfaces where a standard sponge isn't abrasive enough and steel wool is too aggressive. It lasts significantly longer than either alternative, doesn't rust the way steel wool does when left damp, and handles the cleaning tasks that sit between what a sponge can manage and what steel wool destroys. Number 6. Sink polish routine. A stainless steel sink that's never polished doesn't look dirty in the obvious sense. It looks dull. Water spots accumulate from every rinse. A thin film of limescale builds up around the drain and the base of the taps. The surface gradually loses the reflective quality it had when it was new and settles into a permanent state of looking slightly unclean regardless of how recently it was washed. Japan polishes the sink as a standard part of the kitchen clean. After washing up, a small amount of dedicated sink cleaner or baking soda is applied to the basin and worked in with a soft cloth in circular motions, then rinsed clean and dried. The whole process takes about 2 minutes. The difference between a polished sink and an unpolished one in the same kitchen is immediately visible. The polished surface reflects light cleanly, water beads and runs off, rather than sitting and spotting, and the overall impression of the kitchen shifts noticeably just from the condition of one surface. Number 7. Japanese mold remover spray. Standard bleach sprays remove the visible appearance of mold without necessarily eliminating it at the root. The surface looks clean, but the mycelium beneath it remains intact, and the mold returns within weeks, sometimes faster. Japan formulated a different product for this specific problem. Japanese mold remover sprays like Kabi Killer use sodium hypochlorite in a gel consistency rather than a liquid. The gel clings to vertical surfaces, grout lines, silicone seals, and tile edges rather than running off immediately the way a liquid spray does. By staying in contact with the surface for an extended period, it penetrates the mold structure beneath the visible surface and breaks it down at the root. You apply it, leave it for the specified time without wiping, and rinse. The mold doesn't return nearly as quickly because the treatment reached further into the surface than a liquid spray could maintain contact with. It's a formulation difference that produces a meaningfully better result on the most persistent cleaning problem in any bathroom. Number 8. Microfiber cloth system. Using the same cloth to wipe the kitchen counter, the bathroom basin, and the dining table doesn't clean those surfaces. It connects them microbiologically, transferring whatever is on one surface to every other surface, cleaned with the same cloth afterward. Japan solves this with a color-coded microfiber cloth system. Each color is assigned to a specific area of the home and never used anywhere else. A designated color for the kitchen, a different color for the bathroom, another for general surfaces. The assignment is fixed, immediately visible, and requires no labeling or memory beyond the initial decision. Microfiber itself is significantly more effective than cotton or synthetic cloths at capturing bacteria and fine particles because the split fibers create a surface area that traps rather than redistributes. Combined with color coding, it means every surface gets cleaned with the right tool and nothing from one area of the home ever reaches another. Number 9. Floor wiper with disposable sheets. A mop and bucket is a commitment. You fill the bucket, wring the mop, clean the floor, wring it again, empty the bucket, rinse the mop, and store a wet mop head somewhere it can dry without developing a smell. For a quick clean of a small floor area, the setup takes longer than the cleaning. Japan's floor wiper removes all of that. A Japanese floor wiper has a flat, lightweight head that accepts disposable or reusable cleaning sheets. Dry sheets pick up dust, hair, and fine debris electrostatically without spreading it. Wet sheets clean hard floors in a single pass without any water, any bucket, and any wringing. The whole unit weighs almost nothing, stores upright in a slim gap beside furniture or behind a door, and is ready to use in 3 seconds. Number 10. Japanese dish soap. Most dish soaps require a significant amount of product per wash to generate enough lather to cut through grease effectively. The bottle empties faster than expected. The formula strips natural oils from skin with repeated use, and the residue left on dishes that aren't rinsed thoroughly enough has a chemical taste that transfers to food. Japanese dish soap is formulated differently. Products like Charmy Magica and Kukute use plant-derived surfactants that activate with a significantly smaller amount of product than standard dish soap requires. A single small pump generates enough lather to wash an entire sink of dishes. The formula rinses clean without residue, cuts through grease and oil effectively in cold water, and is gentle enough on skin that most Japanese households wash up without gloves. The concentration means a standard bottle lasts significantly longer than a Western equivalent of the same size. It's dish soap that does the same job with less product, less skin irritation, and less chemical residue on the surfaces it cleans. Japan simply decided that dish soap should work better than most of the world's versions do. Number 11. Tile and Grout Eraser Sponge. Grout lines in tile surfaces accumulate soap scum, lime scale, and surface staining that standard cleaning sprays and cloths address inadequately. The spray loosens the surface layer, the cloth smears it around, and the grout remains discolored because the residue is embedded rather than sitting on top. Japan cleans it with a melamine eraser sponge and water alone. A melamine eraser sponge works through microabrasion. The melamine foam has an extremely fine structure that acts like ultra-fine sandpaper at a microscopic level, physically lifting embedded residue from porous surfaces like grout without any chemical assistance. You wet it, squeeze out the excess water, and wipe. Soap scum, limescale staining, and surface discoloration lift away without scrubbing, without spray, and without damaging the tile glaze or grout surface. It works on bathroom tiles, shower screens, tap fixtures, and any surface where residue has built up beyond what a cloth and spray combination can address. Japan made it a standard bathroom cleaning tool because it works on the problems that nothing else handles cleanly. Number 12. Japanese vacuum with futon attachment. A futon aired on the balcony daily removes surface moisture and kills dust mites through UV exposure. But dust mite debris, skin cells, and fine particles that have worked their way deeper into the filling require something more direct to extract. Japan's solution is a vacuum cleaner with a dedicated futon and mattress attachment. The attachment uses high-frequency vibration combined with suction to dislodge particles that are embedded too deeply for standard suction to reach. The vibrating head beats the surface rapidly, while the suction captures everything that's loosened, extracting the fine debris that daily airing can't address. Japanese vacuum manufacturers like Hitachi and Panasonic have produced dedicated futon attachments for decades, understanding that bedding hygiene is a separate category from floor hygiene and requires a different tool. Used regularly on futons, mattresses, pillows, and upholstered furniture, the attachment extracts a visible amount of material from surfaces that appear clean to the naked eye. Once you see what it extracts from a surface that looked clean, you won't skip it again. Number 13. Drain Cleaning Foam. Most drain cleaning products are liquids that pour in, run along the bottom of the pipe, and clean the lowest surface while leaving the sides of the drain largely untouched. The grease and soap residue that causes slow drainage and odor coats the entire inner circumference of the pipe, not just the floor of it. Japan uses a foam that expands to fill the entire pipe. Japanese drain cleaning foam products like Pipe Finish react with the moisture inside the drain and expand rapidly, coating the entire inner surface of the pipe with active cleaning compound. The foam breaks down grease, soap residue, hair, and organic matter clinging to every part of the pipe wall rather than just the bottom. You pour it in, leave it for the specified time, and flush with hot water. The drain runs faster, the odor from decomposing residue inside the pipe disappears, and the pipe stays cleaner for longer between treatments than any liquid product manages. Number 14. Shower Head Descaling Bag. Limescale block shower head nozzles gradually and consistently. Pressure drops, spray patterns become uneven, and individual nozzles stop working entirely as mineral deposits harden inside them over months of use. Most people either ignore it, scrub the face of the shower head with a brush that can't reach inside the nozzles, or remove the head entirely to soak it separately. Japan descalds it without removing it at all. A small bag filled with citric acid solution is tied directly over the shower head using the bag's drawstring or a rubber band, submerging the entire head in the descaling solution while it remains attached to the wall. Left for several hours or overnight, the citric acid penetrates every nozzle and dissolves the mineral deposits from the inside out. In the morning, you remove the bag, run the shower briefly to flush the loosened scale, and the pressure and spray pattern restore to how they were when the head was new. No tools, no removal, no replacement. Just a bag of solution and time. Number 15. Japanese Cleaning Caddy System. Every cleaning product stored in one central location under the kitchen sink creates the same problem. Cleaning something in the bathroom means walking to the kitchen to get the products, carrying them to the bathroom, using them, and carrying them back. The friction of that process is small but consistent, and it's enough to make people put off small cleaning tasks that would take less time than the trip to get the supplies. Japan eliminates that friction by keeping a dedicated cleaning caddy stocked in every zone of the home. A caddy in the bathroom contains everything needed to clean the bathroom. A caddy under the kitchen sink contains everything for the kitchen. Each one holds only what's needed for that specific space, always restocked before it runs out, always exactly where the cleaning happens. The moment a surface needs cleaning, everything required is already there. No trip across the house, no searching through a cupboard, no reason to delay. Japan understands that the biggest barrier to consistent cleaning isn't effort, it's friction. Remove the friction, and the cleaning happens. If you want to see more amazing things Japan is doing better than the rest of the world, then like and subscribe. And make sure to watch the video on your end screen, it's packed with even more life-improving things.